563 horsepower. The S8 got that ticked. With the top speed at 153 miles per hour, these numbers are starting to get insane. 3.8 seconds 0 to 60. The curb weight to this is 5,126 pounds. I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle. In this example we're showcasing is in glacier white metallic over black interior, the S8. This is the sweet spot for flagship sedans because it's long, it's wide, but you can drive this every day with rear axle steering, standard quattro drive, 4.6 to over 6 inches of clearance because we have a adaptive suspension that is S-tuned with adaptive dampers. The front is going to have the glossy black that's going to surround the single frame grille because we tick the box to the black optic package. That also blackens out the Audi O-rings. Now that's not the case on a lot of Audis, so just make sure whenever you're looking to order an Audi that it either comes with it or it doesn't, because if you go Q8, you have to tick the box to the Audi beam rings. The black optic package carries on into the lower blade with the glossy black and the matte black, digital matrix design LED headlights and daytime runnings, and they are animated, so when you lock it, it's going to do basically like a goodbye, and when you unlock it, it's going to do a welcoming. But housed underneath the hood is that 4.0 liter bi-turbo V8, 590 pound-feet of torque paired to an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission. Now this is a all-wheel drive configuration vehicle. It's also a heavy vehicle, and it's also performance-driven. So your MPGs, expect it to drink. It's at 15 for the city, 24 for the highway, but the fly underneath the radar vehicle carries on with the black optic package because we have the 21-inch wheels. Now these wheels have been changed out, so the top speed's only 130 miles per hour. 6 pistons behind those red brake calipers with an option for a 10-piston brake and ceramic disc. I don't know if I would option it. The braking is actually pretty good. It does help with dust for your wheels. It's a single floating caliper in the rear. The black optic package also gives you the gloss black on the side view mirror cap, around the window trim, and on the lower skirt, as well as the shark fin antenna. Going against competition, this is the best in class, especially pricing, because Mercedes is going to price it out. You're going to spend at least 50 to 70 grand more. And we have the S63E Performance. Awesome vehicle, don't get me wrong, and you got some electric range too. But realistically speaking, even if I go into an M5, I'm spending all that extra dough, and it's not that much quicker on a 0 to 60, so for me it just doesn't make sense, especially if I'm looking for an executive luxury with performance. Audi's ticking all the boxes. The rear gets OLED taillights, and the lower gets the quad exhaust tips. They are in chrome, that's a con to me, it should be blacked out. Front and rear parking sensors, a 360-degree reverse camera. The black optic package blacks out the rings and the lower bit, as well as getting the diffuser. So you get the sport essence. If you know vehicles, you're going to know what this is. If you check out Hawkeye Rides, I actually pulled up next to a 5.0 Mustang, and I get it. It's not going to be as fast as this 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds. But in the same token, you don't know what's underneath the hood of those Mustangs. Funny enough, he raced me. I beat him. Safety's taken care of because you have your pedestrian detection, lane keep assist, steering assist, adaptive cruise control, rear cross traffic alert. I mean, what more do you need for a everyday vehicle that has performance if you can afford around $140,000? Let me know in the comments what you think about the S8, because for me, this is my favorite variant. Leave a comment and definitely click the like button as well as the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, because all these clicks help with the algorithm so we can bring more performance vehicles to the channel. 3.8 seconds 0 to 60, basically a 50-50 weight distribution. Let's see what we get. Brakes are good, performance is great. See if we could cut into this lane here so we can see some of the dynamics. And the conclusion. It does have some body roll, but for the most part, it is a functional vehicle for performance and luxury. You just don't hear the exhaust note as much as I would like to hear it. But that's because I really enjoy hearing 563 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. Curvy roads, that's where these vehicles really liven up, and usually you can't say that with these long of vehicles. But when it comes to the Germans, they just have like a special antidote. And it's not just the performance, it's literally the whole dynamics of the vehicle, the suspension layout, the rear axle steering, the Quattro system working in sync. It's all in harmony. Great ground clearance, great visibility. It's a sleeper, so in most cases, if you are going a little bit over the speed limit, cops probably would overlook it. Obviously not if you're doing a 0 to 60. It's a pretty fast vehicle, so you probably will get a ticket. Don't take my word for it. Just do it where you're not gonna get in trouble. And the only way you could really enjoy these type of vehicles is going faster. I hate to say it. So like the Autobahn, taking it on a track, but because we have these tires, only 130 mile top speed, which is still fast enough. I've been 155 miles per hour, and believe me, everything changes when you're going that fast. Now, one thing I didn't mention outside is the road preview feature that uses the camera system in the front. So what that means is it literally changes the whole suspension depending on the road terrain. It's reading in front of you, so when you're going like this, it will keep the level of the vehicle flat. The only vehicle that does that besides this is a Genesis G90. Now there is some cons to the vehicle. You have to use 8-way power seat adjustment through here. There is a lot of digital screen configuration, and when these things go bad, it just has like a lot of pixel stuff. It's very pixelated. The outside lights, those are also pixels. They're little LEDs, obviously, but it's like a TV screen. I'm not a huge fan of that. Mercedes integrated that as well. When you go to BMW, they give you Swarovski crystals, which I think is awesome. And when the auto start-stop engages, you literally have kind of like a bounce because of the suspension layout. And then you can obviously hear it come in. I guess the issue that I have is because of the power, I would constantly be going a little bit faster than my liking. I'm not really concerned about the MPGs because you're not going to be getting that much here. You know what you got when you have a V8 twin turbo engine. And the other cons is there's not a lot of color configuration for the interior or exterior, which is sad because this is a car that I would like to kind of make a little bit more special instead of having these blended colors coming in. You can get wood instead of carbon fiber, but I would definitely go for the carbon fiber opposed to that. And it's more of a chauffeur-driven vehicle, so even when I'm driving it, I am having a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. But in the back seat is kind of what makes this vehicle a little bit more unique because you not only have the fun, but you can relax back there. You got massage seats. Everything that's up here, you have in the back. It's a long vehicle, but for maneuverability purposes, you can get in and out relatively fine. It's definitely a great daily drive vehicle if you can afford a $140 grand price tag, and you can obviously get this in the $120,000 price. That's why it's a sweet spot, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And I'd like to thank our friends here at Audi Clearwater, and check out this next video right here.